Well, it's time for some VR sim racing, guys. And since Assetto Corsa EVO 0.8 update, which just got released, it seems like they have done quite a lot of work in the VR area of the sim title, where they have gone through some optimization, some changes in the renderer of the game. So, where is it? Grab my Pico headset. That's the only headset I have. It's not the best, but it gets the job done. So I will like to try the VR headset on Assetto Corsa EVO. In this video, let's find out how it performs and also compare with Automobilista 2 VR performance, because apparently I think that's the best when it comes to VR gameplay. So let's find out. Just a quick hot take before I start the video is that I'm tethering my Pico headset directly to my sim racing PC via this Ethernet cable that is hanging from my headset. And this is something that you guys have suggested for me to try it out, and it actually gave me a huge boost in performance and lowering the latency. I will mention the video link down in the description for you guys to check it out on how to set it up in your Pico headset if you have one. Else, let's start with the video by going through some in-game settings. Starting with the virtual desktop streamer settings, because I'm not using Steam VR by the way. I'm using the ultra graphics quality presets and locked to 72 FPS. Otherwise, I have checked show performance overlay for you guys to check the statistics out, and that should be pretty much it. And then opening Assetto Corsa EVO, going to the graphics settings, where I have noticed by the way that it defaulted to medium quality preset, which was fine by the way. In my opinion, it gave me good performance. You can pause the video for you to check the settings out. Basically, I'm running all the settings to medium. The upscale mode is set to none, and motion blur to off for sure. I'm running an RTX 5070 in my sim racing PC, and I have noticed that the multi-sampling anti-aliasing is the one that takes most of the GPU resources and causes low frame rate. So in my case, I have set it to 2x. If I set to none, it performs well, but the edges are quite jittery and it is quite sharp image, which causes strain in my eyes. So I'm good at having it in 2x. Also, there's a new VR tab in the graphics settings where I have set the following to these values, so you can pause the videos to see what I have set to replicate my setup. Okay, here is the VR gameplay in Assetto Corsa EVO version 0.8. You can of course see the statistics down below that is coming from the virtual desktop streamer app. I'm almost reaching the 72 FPS cap that I have set, and there's little to no, I would say no stutterings. The gameplay is really smooth. But I just want to address it beforehand, because when I was recording this video, or before recording this video, I was actually not using this tethered setup. I was connected to the Wi-Fi with my headset to my PC, and that caused a lot of stutterings and missed frames, and that was quite uncomfortable to drive. It was smooth in some sections of the track, but then it started to give me some jitters and stutters, so it was not smooth. But then after having this tethered setup, of course, I mean, now the FPS is quite stable and the latency is also quite low. The gameplay is really smooth, there's no doubt about that. So I think that Assetto Corsa EVO version 0.8 has already improved in its VR domain. Now comparing this with the previous video, I actually didn't find much of an improvement when it comes to FPS and latency. The only difference that I see is that previously I have enabled DLSS, but this time I haven't enabled DLSS. So to me, it feels like I can bump up the graphical settings in order to get more graphical fidelity, still keeping the FPS to a relatively higher. As I said, I don't drive in VR, so it gets a bit uncomfortable at first. So yeah, as I was saying, I can maybe bump up the settings a bit in order to get more graphical fidelity. But overall, now I find Assetto Corsa EVO 0.8 quite smooth in VR. It's drivable for sure. With my RTX 5070, I'm reaching around 72 FPS like now, as you can see in this dry daytime conditions with 20 AI cars when they are spread out. When they are bunched up together, the least that I have got is around 53 to 60 FPS, which was okay to drive. At least the latency is quite low. Also to keep in mind that Kunos have implemented the particle system in Assetto Corsa EVO only recently, so you have this dust and debris on the track, which gives you a bit more immersion while you are racing. And here is the nighttime gameplay. I'm racing in the Kyalami in Ferrari 296, and as you can see that the FPS is dropping to around 55 or even 50 FPS when the cars are bunched up together, which I think just because there are so many shadows to render from my headlight. You can see the shadows of my opponents on the grass and the buildings, which is quite realistic, to be honest. In VR it actually looks really good. The only thing that I am not a big fan of, and that's because of my headset. I mean, it's Pico 4, so it's not a really high resolution lens there, so I'm getting a bit of screen door effects. The far off objects are quite shimmery and jittery at some point as well, so those are taking away that immersion that I would have wanted from Assetto Corsa EVO. Also, the colors, I would say, is a bit washed out. Let me know down in the comments how is your experience in VR, or if you are using Pico 4, is it kind of same? Is the colors washed out for you as well? Let me know. Wet driving conditions I found to be super immersive. I mean, the raindrops, I don't know, it's really difficult to explain in the video. So if you have a VR headset, do try it out in Assetto Corsa EVO. The rain now looks super awesome for me. Also, I expected the FPS to be dropping here as well, just like in the nighttime condition, but still I'm getting well over 60 FPS with the very low latency, so there's no stuttering. And I was so immersed with this raindrops. It is also difficult to handle the car in this super wet conditions, and also, as you can see, super stupid AI cars. I mean, they are quite aggressive. I mean, they don't give you space when you are on the edges of the track. By the way, as I was saying, I mean, the rain looks really awesome, guys. It behaves according to how you drive, and also the wiper action. So when you're turning from left to right, like here, the raindrops are going the opposite direction, so it's really realistic to see in VR. And here I crashed the car, but I was quite mesmerized to see the realistic behavior of the raindrops from the wiper. As you can see, as the wiper stops in the middle of the windshield, the raindrops just splashes to the opposite direction. Out of curiosity, I needed to try Automobilista 2 in VR once again, just to compare with the Assetto Corsa EVO version 0.8, and man, I still feel that EVO has a long way to go when it comes to delivering a really good sim racing VR gameplay, because here in Automobilista 2 with the same headset Pico 4, the graphics here looks stunning. The images are quite sharp, the colors are also popping out. It's not washed out like EVO, and as you can see, the FPS is stable at 72 FPS. There is low latency, so in general it's really smooth to drive with all these high graphical settings. And of course, this driving is completely intentional, just to let you know, because I wanted to see the dust coming out from the Porsche in front of me. So what's your take on the new release of Assetto Corsa EVO version 0.8 in VR? If you have a VR headset, do try it out and let us know down in the comments how is your experiences. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope it is also helpful for you guys. Till then, I will see you in the next one.